Hi everyone, my name is Tessa Lamping and welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to talk about my dip buy into the morning panic on VTIQ. And how did I know it was going to happen? Well, I studied Tim Sykes' 6,000 plus video lessons, and one pattern that he teaches is morning panic dip buys on these multi-day, multi-week, multi-month runners. And once they reach their peak, they tend to panic, and then they'll panic for a couple days, and it's almost like a bouncing ball, is what he says. And normally I don't like to buy such high priced stocks, but when they fit the pattern, it's so tempting that I just can't resist. And someone on Twitter did mention this stock to me, and I looked at it, and quite frankly, I I told him that it's too high priced for me, and frankly it was, until it started coming up on my radar, and it's like, okay, I can't ignore it. And sorry, person, I apologize. Typically I don't trade this stock. Now I've done it twice, and so I kind of feel like a jerk for ignoring that. So thank you for bringing it to my attention. I truly apologize. Um, but as you can see, it just starts gradually uh, climbing upwards, and it had its peak, and then that huge panic. After that huge panic is when I personally got interested in it, because that means it's typically ready to start coming down, and it's almost like a perfect mountaintop peak. And when I go to the longer term chart, you can just see how beautiful this pattern is. I absolutely love it. And I have tried several times to find stocks that are breaking out. I try and watch them, but I almost always miss the breakout. And when I do try and buy them, it comes back down, and I'm working on my patience for that. I am just not mastered it, like, whatsoever. So the morning panics are easiest for me, and as you can see, it's just coming down. Look into it to morning panic, or even possibly spike back up within this week, and I'll just kind of keep an eye on it to see if I can buy into more morning panics. And I like them to spike a lot, because that means when they crash back down, the bigger the crash, the bigger the bounce. And all this I have learned from Timothy Sykes. So I'm super grateful for that. And what I want to go over here is just zoom in and show you something I have been really focusing on, is paying attention to these panics like this, and how much they bounce, and how to tell when they're gonna bounce. So what I have learned to look at is the history. See how this came down to this support line? That is one of my guidelines. They don't have to follow it to a T, as um, this is not an exact science, but they kind of come close to it. And that's what I was going off of when I put that line right there. Mind you, I put these lines this morning, so I was going off of this huge crash over here as my support. And when the stock started creeping down here, it's like, okay, I'm ready. But mind you, I bought the first time right around here, and it went down a little bit. So my first one, I had just a small loss. It was like 1 penny loss. So I wasn't too worried about it. I've seen this pattern. I was so quick to get out, because usually I'm a little bit early on these, and so as soon as I can get out, I can wait to see if it panics some more. Then I can buy back in. or it starts spiking and I get back in. But anything going up is or down is better than it going down with me still in it and unable to cut my loss. So always cut losses if anything's questionable, because you can always get back in. And so that's what I did. It went down to what? Oh yeah. What? Why does that say 25? It went below that, didn't it? Maybe that is what I bought in. No? Am I on the wrong day? Okay, sorry about that. I'm an idiot. I'm totally on the wrong day. But, okay, so I did trade that day. So, I'm partially an idiot. I apologize. The same goes for all these bounces. But, okay, so instead of basing it on that one, I put it at this support line because many of the times it touches right there and right there. I put it because it touched on right there and a little bit over here, and I put that as that support too. So sorry. And as you can see over here, well, because I did trade these days, so I apologize, but that was my plan for those days too. Let me zoom in to this day, because it was at 21 and 22. Now this is better. I love these big panics. Okay, now I recognize this chart. Sorry about that. I'm not even going to edit that out because you're just going to see how much of a dork I am. But, okay, so right here, I originally bought in today, and that is why I took 1 penny loss, because I wanted to quickly get out, because usually I am early, and it had more panicking to do, because I was questioning it. It wasn't at one of my support lines, and I'm not always correct by any means. I mean, obviously, look at the mistake I just made. I was going over the wrong day, and so I was wrong. I admit it. I took 1 penny loss, and I got out. And so it panicked down to here. I watched it spike up a little bit. I got my entry originally at 21.10. It spiked up a little bit, and then it was coming back down, so I exited at 21.13. That was a small win, and the reason why I did that was because I was faked out right here, and I wasn't sure if this could panic a little bit further. And so I know I can always enter back in, and I actually got a better entry. I got in at 21.07, and right here on this green candle, it spiked so quick to 21.70, and I put my order in for 21.70 after I was trying to put it in for 21.50, 21.60, and it didn't go back to 21.70. So I'm like, oh no, it's going to be one of those ones that could possibly spike up and then just keep going down, because I've been caught in those before when I'm trying to get too greedy and the stock will just keep going down and then I get a huge loss. And so I didn't want that to happen. I put in 21.50 and I was happy to take my profits in here just in case it didn't get back to 21.70. Better to take singles than try and go for home runs, because had I used bigger size, so I only used 5 shares, so I ended up making $1.96. But had I used a lot more shares, it could have been 196, 1,096, 10,096. I don't know. And my math probably isn't the best on that, but you get the idea. And so I'll make that trade a million times. It did end up going to 22.40, 22.37, 22.40. But that's okay. I'd much rather it keep spiking and me take a single than it going downhill and me be stuck in it for another loss. And I just wanted to do this quick video on morning panics because, as you can see, all of these stocks have been spiking for several days, and I'm just patiently waiting for that sweet morning panic, because all of these stocks have done it, are gonna do it, more than likely. And I'm talking about a panic. This is what I mean by panic, not where it just gradually goes down. No, I want that quick panic. I've traded BCRX. That was a nice panic. I didn't get that one. I got one of these panics, or two of those panics. But that's what I'm looking for. I'll zoom out on these because it's a pattern that happens again and again and again and again. And I think everyone should. I'll actually put a link down below, or if I can get it to pop up on the screen, I'll get it to pop up somewhere. But make sure you subscribe to Tim Sykes' 6,000 plus video lessons, and when you watch it repetitively over and over and over and over, you'll recognize these patterns too. And it's not an exact science, so by all means, don't take my... learn for yourself. Everyone's different. It might take you a lot longer than it's taken me to learn. It might take you less time, but give it a chance. Because as you can see, just happens again. Oh, that was a nice one I missed this morning. And again right over here. And this one's gonna happen that I'm waiting for. This one was the gradual downcline, if I remember right. Oh no, well, it wasn't quite the panic. The bounces weren't, that bounce wasn't too bad. They're all slightly different. It's not an exact science, but they have panics, they have bounces, they have panics, they have bounces. See, that one was beautiful. I took just a small portion of that, or was it over here? I forget which ones, but I highly recommend you click the link, subscribe to Tim Sykes' 6,000 plus video lessons. Also, what I do is I track all my trades using TraderSync, and that's how I know that I'm most profitable on these morning panic dip buys, as I can track all my statistics. It converts into a calendar. It even converts it into a spreadsheet if you like spreadsheets. That's not my thing. I don't have time for that. But yeah, I highly recommend you at least checking out the links, see what you like, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button, share it, just ring the bell, definitely, so that way you can get notified when I come out with a new video. Anyways, I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next time.